Okay, everybody wants to dominate their industry and become the market leader, right? Who doesn't? It means you make more money, you get what you want more easily. Clients close themselves, essentially. They search you to buy your product. You don't have to chase after them. There's basically limitless benefits to being the industry leader in your market. And only a few people ever really reach that level of becoming the industry leader. But in this video, I'm going to be explaining the 4 things that you need to do in order to become the industry leader in your market. And I know, again, first thing you're thinking is, who is this dude? I'm not the industry leader, which is fine. But some of the clients that I work with and that I own a percentage of their brands, their businesses, they are the market leaders. They are the industry leaders. And I am the guy who is behind their content strategy and part of their team behind the scenes for their content, for their marketing, etc. So I am able to uniquely speak about this, where I can see behind the scenes and basically tell you guys what happens over there in order for these people to become market leaders, industry leaders, and actually dominate their niche. And now I'm going to be imparting that onto you in this video with 4 key things that you need to understand about becoming an industry leader. Okay, so the first thing is, I need to clear up this misconception that people think I can't exit my company because of my personal brand. And to that, I just want to pose a very simple question. Do you think Apple could have sold their company without Steve Jobs? Could Microsoft sell to somebody without Bill Gates? Could Tesla sell to somebody else without Elon? And the answer is yes. Every single one of those people could leave their company and sell the company, and it wouldn't be an issue, right? So the fact that people think I can't sell my marketing agency or my other business because I'm the face of it is totally backwards. In fact, it makes it significantly easier to get what you want and sell your company and attract actually a higher multiple if you are the industry leader in your space or a very large personality in that space. I want to tell you a quick story about one of my clients. So he is a very big personality in the pet space, right? They spend over $30 million a year on Facebook ads and Google ads, YouTube ads, etc. And he was telling me a story that he was in vacation. He's from the US. He was in vacation in Europe. And he was having some issues in his business where he was stepping away for like a week on vacation. Things started to fall apart, etc. And he got speaking to this guy in the hotel lobby. It looked like a regular guy. And basically my client asked him, what do you do? And this guy says that he is essentially the chief of staff for, and I won't say the specific company, but one of the biggest companies in the world. And this guy is basically in charge of hiring all of the executives, etc., and only answerable to the founder of the company, who is a very famous guy you will definitely know. He's only answerable to that guy. And he had a piece of advice for my client. On one hand, this is not to do with the topic of the video, but on one hand, he said to gut his entire team, fire them and replace them with even better people, because that's the problems he was having at that time. But a second piece of advice he gave him was he needs to become if he wants to scale his current business from spending, $80K a day to $200K a day, he needs to get out there more in terms of personal branding to actually become a noted person in his space. If you look at Richard Branson, Sam Altman, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and a bunch of other people that we could probably name, Jack Ma from Alibaba, all these guys they're the leaders of the biggest companies on earth, and they are still putting themselves out there personally and building a personal brand because it attracts more brand awareness into their brand. This is called a founder-led brand, right? So the biggest misconception that people have who have, by comparison, minuscule businesses that are maybe making 7 figures a year, like, I should not have a personal brand because I can't scale my company. That's not what the biggest guys in the world are doing. They're doing the opposite. They are getting themselves out there more and more and more. And when you reach the level of my client spending $30 million a year on ads, and they were able to get there without personal brand, by the way. But if you want to get there, if you want to get further and past that level, you have to be focusing on personal brand and actually start to market yourself, put yourself out into the public, and become a thought leader, okay? So the second thing we need to understand is frequency equals sales. Now, what I mean by frequency is how often you appear in front of your target niche, your target demographic, right? If they see your face 5 times per day, and you're talking about your particular subject, whether it's sales or marketing or whatever it may be, if they see you, the more often they see you, the more likely they're going to think of you when it comes time to buy. Or if you're making a direct pitch, the more pitches you make, the more likely you're going to get people coming in. Okay. If you're never making pitches, you're never making content, you're never running ads, how can anybody know about you? How can anybody know about your business or know about the products you sell? You have to be getting in front of more people. I guarantee if you just double or triple the amount of times you're pitching your audience or the amount of times you're posting your content, you're running ads, you're increasing your ad spend, that all increases your frequency. That all increases the amount of times you show up on your target demographic's phone and makes it more likely that they are going to buy something from you. So if you want to become an industry leader, you have to have higher frequency. Post more content, run more ads with bigger budget, make more offers, send more emails, basically get yourself out there more and more and more as much as you possibly can if you want to become the market leader, okay? The third thing you need to understand is there is a difference between influence and authority, right? There are creators out there who have millions of followers and hundreds of millions and billions of views, and they cannot sell anything to their audience other than like affiliate for some crappy product, okay? Whereas there's other creators that have maybe 10,000 followers or 20,000 or 50,000 followers, and they barely get any views, but they're making millions of dollars every single year. And that's because one creator has influence and the other creator has authority, okay? You wanna be on the authority bucket. I am not interested in becoming like massively famous and having millions of followers and whatever. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in having niche authority and selling expensive things to rich people within inside that niche. I'm not interested in everybody knowing who I am. I'm interested in making money, right? And so influencers have influence. They could put a story and have millions of people see it, but they're not making money from those people. That's why so many creators are broke, okay? You wanna have authority. And the way you do that is you post niche content that is designed to speak about a very specific problem, very specific set of challenges that a very specific niche is facing. And ideally it's a rich niche that has a lot of money. And you might only get 1,000 or 5,000 views on a short form video, but that video is actually going to make you a lot of money. It's because everybody in that video watching it is within your target demographic. And then they will come into your funnel and they might pay you 5, 10, 15, $20,000 plus hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, depending on your product, okay? So you wanna optimize for authority versus influence. And this then leads me into my next point, which again, there is a difference between being a creator, a content creator, and a thought leader, okay? Once again, I don't care about creating content, right? Content is just the vehicle for me to explain my message to people, right? What you want is not to be a content creator, constantly putting out content. You want to be perceived as a thought leader, okay? And it's a very subtle difference, right? Because a thought leader can have a fraction of the views, a fraction of the followers, but is significantly more respected than the content creator who is getting millions of views and millions of followers, but makes way less money. They get less respect. And it's all to do with the way you position your content. Is your content positioned to make you look like an authority, to make you look like you know what you're talking about, to make it look like you have the business and the life that your target niche, your target demographic aspires to have? Or are you just creating content that doesn't really resonate with you personally, doesn't resonate with the people watching it, and it can come across cringe, it can come across like you are a sellout, that you'll do anything just for views, and you know the business that you are showing in the front end is kind of embarrassingly amateur, right? Everything you need to do if you want to become an industry leader in your market, everything you need to do with your personal brand needs to revolve around building yourself more and more and more to being a thought leader rather than a creator. And that's all to do with your packaging, with your professionalism, with the business that you're presenting. If someone can click on your business and see that this is a legit business, gets results, has worked with some great people, his content is not cringe, his content is not trying too hard or trying to get all these little crappy views for no reason, that is what's gonna make it more likely that you're an industry leader, okay? And the fifth thing, bonus point that I'm gonna add in here is, if you wanna become more like a market leader, you need to start speaking at more events. okay? High-level masterminds. So mastermind tickets could range anywhere from a couple thousand all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars to access, right? The only people that get access to those masterminds to speak on stage in front of all these people are either people who have no personal brand, but have been behind the scenes for years and years. They've networked the right way. They've got their way into this circle, and they can finally be invited on that stage to speak. Or it's by people who have spent 2 years, 3 years building their personal brand, sharing their knowledge and expertise online, and then the owner or someone associated with that mastermind sees that content and then invites you in to speak. And then once you're on that stage, that is just adding multiples on multiples on multiples on the fact that you can be a thought leader significantly faster. It gives you authority, right? It pushes you much higher up the rankings as an industry leader, okay? So you need to be trying to speak at as many events as you possibly can. Join a lot of these masterminds yourself. Try to network your way into the owners of various events, various masterminds. And don't be afraid to travel either. Depending on where you live, you might not live anywhere near a large mastermind. You want to get on planes to fly to the US, fly to Dubai, fly to these different places. If you have been invited to speak, you need to be willing to do that. But the only way you're going to be able to get on that stage in a relatively short period of time is by pushing your personal brand hard. Otherwise, no one is going to know who you are. Likewise, another way you can do it is through podcasts. Okay, they're easier to get on than speaking at events, but podcasts with the right people and associating with those people can push your personal brand that much higher and push you a lot more towards becoming an industry leader, becoming a lot more respected. And then over time, you compound that over the years. Eventually, you will be the guy who is known for doing the thing that you do, whether it's some kind of marketing service or selling a particular product or tech, SaaS, whatever it is. But if you are associating yourself with existing thought leaders and the existing large content creators and you're collaborating with them, you're showing up at their events, you're getting in their footage, you're basically being seen by everyone in this space, links back to point number 2 about frequency. The more you are seen with large creators in your space and other thought leaders, the more you get associated with that and the more your perception as a thought leader rises inside the market. And eventually, if you push long enough, you have a high enough frequency for a long enough period of time, you will be the market leader. And at the very least, you will be one of the market leaders. You will be one of the most respected people in that industry. But the benefits of being a market leader in an industry are second to none. Absolutely everyone will come to you. Opportunities will fall at your lap. Clients will close without you even needing to speak to them. Your business will grow. You'll attract significantly higher quality talent into your business, and everything will be significantly easier, okay? So if you want to get my help in actually growing your personal brand to work towards becoming a thought leader, I have a consulting program where you work one-on-one with me, and we can essentially craft a customized plan, customized strategy to grow your personal brand, to getting thousands of views, funneling those people into your product or service, and essentially building your status as a market leader in the 21st century on this new social media world. Okay, so comment if you have any questions, hit subscribe, like the video, share it to somebody who might want to grow their personal brand. And if you do want to work with me, check out the links in the description. It's all down there, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.